Let's get a mission done, and then I'll get a second one worded and announced, and yeah, let's see. Alright, so mission file is very simple. We're going to make a ship breaching operation based off of an article that was published, I think, a week ago. It is on the dockets, but I decided to run it early because why not? This mission's going to have custom kits for the player side, some custom helicopter scripts, and then, custom ship framework as well. So I'm going to dev this puppy from scratch and just chill with you guys since it's like the last day of 2024. Let's see, attributes on this one. I already looked at the oil container and the liquefied gas. It was technically an oil container ship. However, I really did fall in love with the natural gas ship because, especially for the flybys I want to do with air, I think it's going to look a lot cooler. So we're going to stick with this big puppy here instead. Now, there's a few additional items for here. Number one, I guess another thing I do need to consider is how are they going to land on this ship? That's something I haven't considered yet. We can either like put a helipad down or we'll just have to do some testing with it later. I might revert it back. But, now that I think about it, let's actually just go ahead and look at it now. So we're going to be utilizing Super Pumas for... Let's put some dummy text in there to resurface that. I can make any AO work with coding on helicopters. I just have to make sure that, it's not crazy. I also wouldn't mind doing like a fast roping styled scenario. It's just, again, very tough to make that work. I mean, we could also just land them on the roof and have them vault down. They're probably going to get a little injured, but... Or just land them in the water. Yeah, I really like this top texture, but now that I really think about it, I don't think we're going to be able to utilize, now that I'm talking it over with myself. We're probably going to have to stick to an oil one so I can have these, pads that we can actually land helicopters on and whatnot. Yeah, which in theory should be fine. This thing is just blocked out entirely on the front side, so we'll make that work. But yeah, no, we can just put the paddings on. We can put some minor fortifications on it as well, and call it a day. We're also going to have to do some material fortifications on here. Any other streams tonight? We'll see. I could give the players grappling hooks? Yeah, but it would be better if we just land them on the ship itself. Alright. Any other attributes we want to set in here? Not really. Yeah, we're not going to do any cargo spawning because this is an oil tanker, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to open all these, the curtains up, because that's all these windows and whatnot. All the curtains in here and stuff. I can just put some dudes out there, but I don't think the AI will fire through them, but that's fine. We'll still have a few positions that can get minigunned to high hell, especially on the outer side here, so we'll do those ambient flybys, but... that should be fine. Now we need to determine, like, a good AO to basically fly the helicopters out of, because how... yeah, right here wouldn't be too bad. We can just put the ship a little closer, like within a kilometer, just because I don't want it to be a super long flight. I'd rather just have it, short and sweet, so there's less transit time and we can immediately get onto the action. So I think that's close enough. Let's go ahead and open up that civilian ship mod again. There's a few things I want to change. Number one, we do have engines and some tanker parts. I'm going to put the tanker parts on. We're going to double click the ship here, copy that, and then go on the tank engine part, align it, and then click this button up here, set it to a forced 90-degree rotation. And then we can go ahead and add some fuel tanks on top of the deck here. We're going to hit the because this is going to rotate. Oh, no, that would still work, but we still want to align it, so it's that button. And we'll drag them a little closer so there's less dead room on the ship here. And then that's just a little bit of an extra platform there. I don't think there's anywhere else we can really put those additional tanks, because this is just adding a little bit of texture on top, mind you. I think that's good. And then we've got engine components, so there's room for 2 separate engines here, so we're going to do the same thing, align that. Based off of this, it looks like there's space right there to utilize it, so we're just going to have to align it with the textures here because it doesn't come by default. So we can see that there's a pipe here that needs to be connected to that back end wall. And it looks like that's good. And then we got to make sure this all fits inside. And then you got that. It doesn't fully go to that side, but that's fine. And then there's 2 engines, so we can just copy paste and then align that with the green bar right there and slide that into place. So notice it going up and down like that. That's a bit of an issue. It's because it's following the vertical mode. So let me lift that up so it snap folds onto the position. There we go. And now it's not doing that anymore because I toggled off of the sea level. So that's good. We could probably put some more tanker parts in here, excuse me. Just for a little bit of added texture. Fill in, if you will. And then the internal component, I mean, that's going to be the really tough part. If we're doing Op4 Russian BS, then yeah, we're going to need to get all the interior parts down there, get all the interiors of the actual, like, bridge area and below on the top decks. We're going to need to fly the helicopters in. We're going to need to deal with kits. So I'm going to save this as a file, so it saves locally on our system. Then I'm going to open up a VR file. I had a buddy of mine make some kits, Mac Marine, after talking to another buddy of mine, Yanni, on kit production. I was going to make them, but the Mac Marine offered, and Mac Marine's also finished, so I'm like, alright, that works out. And then I told Mac Marine exactly what I needed based off of what I talked to with Yanni about. It was funny, Yanni was actually making a similar mission, and I helped him out with his. Have I used these ships before? Yes, I've played on these ships, and I've done stuff on them. I've never had an issue. The only issue you're going to have is if you put the ship outside of the play area, it completely breaks the AI. So don't put the ship outside of the play area. But, I mean, compared to other ships, you will, like, fall through some of them sometimes. Like, this is the most stable ship that exists, in my opinion. Alright. Oh, I just realized I saved it over that when I was trying to... Okay, yeah, I'm a goober, but that's fine. I can just rename it after. At least it didn't override and I'd have to re-download it like a chucklehead. Little misclick on my end. Alright, so these are all named. I already looked at them all. They're a little ammo light, but I mean, they have 10 mags each, and they're not going to need 10 mags for everything, so that should be fine. Oh, of course, that's what I say, and then my player base does something interesting, and then it turns out, yeah, no, they need a bit more, but whatever. Have you had AI path on the ship? No. No. You never, in a custom composition, want to turn on AI pathing. The only way AI pathing is going to work is if you align a custom composition to ground level, and then if the mod developer was nice enough to make pathing work in that building, then it will work. It's never going to work over water. It's never going to work on a flying ship. Don't even bother. That's why when we were doing Stargate stuff, and I noticed a few Stargate missions ago, the AI were actually pathing around the tunnels. That was a pleasant surprise, but I also had to micro that because they still had instances where they ran through the texture entirely. But, you know, if I wanted, like, for Jaffa to, like, go around the corner and ambush some of my players, I could have that. But when we're talking custom comps, you never want to do AI pathing. That's just a rule of thumb. And anyone that tells you otherwise is working with some really advanced shit, where they're either taking like SOG Prairie Fire or Global Mobilization or some other mod where they have modules or actual items where they can make AI pathing routes that override the AI to walk those routes. However, they also probably have a headless client to manage all that in the first place. Take it from me, I've been doing this for a long time. You never, ever want to do actual AI pathing on custom compositions. It is much more of a headache than you think. Like, unless you're in a very, very rare niche community that knows exactly how to do that, and they do exist. But you don't want to do that. And Shadow, Happy New Year to you too, broski. I know some people I think are already in it. I'll be over there in what? 10 hours? 10 and a half hours? Something like that. Alright, I think the first thing we're going to want to do is establish our LZ and our flight paths. And then we can start building the surface of that ship in regards to those flight paths. So where's the Finnish forces? They're in here. They're just in a different section. No, hold on. I'll be right back 1 second. Whoops. Gotta take care of something real quick. Sorry about that. Oh, whoops. There we go. Okay, flight path stuff. Just a bummer, because it's a bit cheesy to have AI not moving. Yeah, if you really want AI to move, though, get a Kozus or two, give them very strict rules on engagement, and then just RC them. Have, like, 1 or 2 people dedicated to RCing them. Your player base will not know the difference. They will, though, if you, like, immediately start turning corners and headshotting them. But, you know, like, turn out, shoot at them, pop a smoke grenade or a stun grenade. But that also just depends on the player base in itself. Alright, anyway, back to that frickin'... So that's all Swedish. Where's the Finnish mod? We'll do it the hard way, because I'm blind. Okay, they're all in green 4, that's why. Alright, we want this one. The Super Pumas. And I would preferably want the one that is armed. That's cute. I can also put a custom drone on a flight path, but yeah, that's fine. Oh, it's one that literally says armed. Usually I'm used to him saying unarmed. That's why I kept picking that one. I'm like, Alright, well, I need a debug unit to now pull to set it to blue 4. And then we're going to take a copy of this and then put it in. They all fit, which is good. But we're also going to have... I'm going to let the player base handle some of that stuff. So we're going to take the gunners out. And now we're going to start doing some heavy scripting. I'm going to have 2 different helicopters to make this work. So let's see. What else do I need to set this up? I'm going to take a crew out because I don't need the crews in them yet for testing purposes. Game Master, we're going to need that module down in case I need to do anything. And now I got to do the game of, do I remember how to do something scripted? Okay. Those squads also need renaming. No, they are renamed. Alright, cool. Okay. And then we need a copy of that as the Zeus. I need to set attributes because otherwise the game's going to behave improperly when I go into this because I have to actually go into the game to do that. Okay, I thought I didn't have to read and load it, but I do. Almost forgot that checkbox. That's why I hesitated. I'm like, I missed a step there. Let's go ahead and just load the modern mod set. Not modern, the modern add-ons that I use for Zeusing, and then we'll just go from there. Okay, now I have to remember how to do this. Hold on. I have a notepad somewhere. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? If I click here and then here. There we go. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I did have it favorited. Okay, well, that's fine. Okay. Now we're in business. So we're going to do some unit capture shenanigans here. And we need to set this to radio alpha, because that's how I'm going to kick it off. We're going to name this puppy then. I'm also going to disable damage. Here's going to be the really fun part. Flying the helicopters in a way that's not going to get them to kamikaze into each other. So it's going to be a pure trial and error. But, you know, I'll do my best here, because it might happen, it might not. Advanced damage, no, we want to go into special states and turn off damage. Cool. And then that's set to radio alpha. Doesn't need to be repeatable. Okay. Now I need to tab out and set up a notepad to capture the flight data. Give me 1 second. And then while I'm in here, I also want to grab all my other SQF files and go ahead and copy them in here. What? Oh, okay, no, that's why. All right, cool. That's in there. And then let's open up a new notepad. By the way, this is the document I follow for this stuff. It's really nice. It teaches you how to make little custom flight path things. And then I just copy and paste that. Then we're going to save this in here and then name it flying1.sqf. Cool. Alright, now for the fun part. I don't need to copy any Pew data, which is also nice, but, yeah, make it work. Valk, how you doing? Valk, I am working her to the bone this month. We got plenty of projects to do. She's almost finished with something we're going to be running this weekend. That's going to be fun to test and overlook and make work. And then we have the other thingamajig for the 31st. We'll be getting that on soon. Alright, so now we need to do a unit capture of this thing. So we go under here, we go to radio, and then radio alpha. And it automatically starts the capturing of that. So we got the ship labeled over there. What I want to do, I don't have third person. Oops. Okay. I want to basically make sure my left side is flying across and then the right side. So I took the entire middle of that, so I need to give room to the other helicopter. We're going to go on the right side, so I get to be more broad on that. So this helicopter is going to go on the left side first. I'll keep her low, and the other helicopter will be high then. Now, the really, really fun part of I don't get everybody killed. We're going to do 2 orbits, and then I'm going to land on the front of the ship. The other one can land on the rear of the ship. Yeah, so that one will be the opening gun. And then we switch to left side. That is gonna look so freaking messy. Cole, you might have to actually interact with PVO files at that point. That's why whenever you go to a place like OFCRA or FNF or any other PvP community, you always have to download their mod. Usually that mod contains a bunch of overrides for damage values. How you do that specifically, you'd have to ask them, because I've never done that before. Because I just play with what we have. Okay, and at this point, we can just hit the escape button. And then... let's see. F1 to copy movement data, so we hit that. Tab out, put that in our little document. It's a lot of movement data. We don't have anything for Pew data, though, which is good, but... and we just hit F2, and then it's just going to give us a blank array. Literally 2 brackets. And then we save that. And then we go and do the other helicopter. So again, the goal is that they don't crash. Very important. So we're going to type Helo 2. And then set this for Helo 2 for unit capture. We're going to then need to grab another notepad and copy and paste that script together. And then we'll save it as flying 2. So once again, we take that, and then this is, we have to change all the Helo 1s to Helo 2, because this is going to be referencing all of that data. Alright. Because if we accidentally leave even one of those as Helo 1, it's not going to fire the script properly. So you just gotta keep that in mind. Save as flying2.sqf. And bueno. Verify that's all good. That's Helo 2. Alright, now we're gonna go reboot the mission file. I like to do them one at a time because you can do multiple and put multiple triggers down and do it all in one mission instance, but I think it's good to do them one at a time because it forces you to just, you know, tab out, save all your work, and then transition to the next thing without getting overwhelmed. They're already invincible. However, the crew inside are not invincible. New Year's Eve, we're going to have a few friends over, have a pajama party, turn it into a game night. Should be good. Hold on, I just fucked up already. Hold on. So first we do our backspace, go down, radio, alpha, and now it's capturing the unit data, so now we can go ahead. So this helicopter is going to stay on the right side. I'm going to immediately try to turn it and have its miniguns work on the back end of the thing, and then we're just going to do some slow orbits around. So yeah, this one I'm going to stick to the right because the other one was left-leaning. So yeah, the other one was low, this one's going to be high, and then we're going to sync them together and execute them and see what happens. And it's either going to look really, really good, or I'm going to go like, God damn, that first one was terrible, I need to switch it out and do something else. Yeah, so the other one's going to be going on the left side. This one... Basically, I'm just giving room for the miniguns to do some work. And then we're going to switch to the other gunner. By now, the other chopper should be coming in for a landing. Give the other gunner some time. Oh, it's coming for a landing right here. And fly back. Yeah, definitely better than the first landing, that's for sure. They get the rookie pilot. I mean, yeah, then I can just chill right here. Escape. F1 to capture flight data, copy paste to that. And then we've got the F2 to copy, which again, it's just open brackets. And then we save. And now we're going to set up 2 triggers, sync it all together, see what happens. So I can put them in, I can put these guys in, and then we take our trigger here, and instead what we're going to do is take that, change it to that. And then we're going to switch this to Radio Bravo. You know, actually, technically, I wouldn't need multiple radio triggers. We can just do this instead. Helo 2, Flying 2. And we can set that all to 1 trigger. And then, in theory, that should sync it all. You would think, right? So we just button, radio. We'll watch this in Zeus. There will be an obligatory Zeus lag spike. You gotta remember, for every player that's executing this, because this executes locally, it makes it look a little jankier. So in the server, this is gonna be a bit more, like, you know, a little rubber bandy. But, I mean, it's that or have pilots, and I really don't feel like having pilots, so... No, I mean, the pilot would just do orbitals and have nothing really to do, so I might as well just put that role to AI. Yeah, so that one I hugged the heck out of the coast. This one I stayed higher. Yeah, there's definitely going to be like a bad guy or probably just 1 bad guy up there, a few on the front, a few on the sides, probably like 2 squads worth. So the miniguns are immediately going to get to work, just spraying the shit out of this ship for funsies. Also, I've got my audio lowered. I'm going to have to when the miniguns start going nuts over everything. So now this chopper's going to come in for its landing. Hopefully they don't shoot each other like a bunch of chuckleheads. Oh, I just realized the co-pilot didn't stay in the co-pilot spot, but yeah, so you got that landing. That one's still providing cover. That one's going to start waving off. These guys' boots on the ground. Minigun coverage still taken into effect here. And then, yep, that one's going to start coming in as that chopper's banking out. But by then, you already have that group on the ground covering. Awesome. I expect heavy player-based casualties. For every little position I can put a dude. But yeah, that chopper's already gone. This other chopper's gone. I mean, there you go. That is now synced up. Oh, there's the Zeus lag spikes. I want to hit the escape button to get out of here, apparently. Alright, that's good enough for me. The player base dies. They die. We'll do some ballistics testing at the end. I'm just going to use standard Russian. I think VMF are the naval force. Thinking about just using like a light rifleman in a majority of the areas here. Now, of course, was this cruise ship, or not cruise ship, this cargo ship filled with a bunch of Russians? No, it was, no, there's not really any Russian military. But, you know, this is Yeah, yes, because it was a Russian ship. Yes, I misspoke. What I'm trying to say is, was it filled with, like, Russian military, the VMF? Not really. It was just filled with a bunch of espionage equipment. For the sake of this operation, we're gonna change that a little bit, okay? Just a wee little bit of changing, okay? To make it a bit more interesting. Also, I'm going to put a ZU-23 on the front of it, but keep it uncrewed to freak the shit out of the players, because I think that'd be funny. Because you got to remember, I am an asshole, so, you know, we gotta stick to that. Oh, yeah, and then we gotta turn these up, because otherwise it's not going to copy anything for Jack's squiggly shit. Then we just gotta mind where we copy-paste, because, yeah, some of it will phase through. Some people say asshole, I say good Zeus, but, you know, everyone has their own damn opinion on the matter. I'm definitely gonna put a machine gunner up here, though, for funsies. I don't want to do any, like, super heavy dishkas or whatnot, because that's gonna freak the hell out of the players, but, you know, it's still gonna be funny. I thought that said turrets, not trucks. There we go. Alright. Don't tell them. Hey, look, it's a ZU-23. Haha. Oh, that. Yeah. Okay, I blundered that. Here, 1 second. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure this is fine and has absolutely no negative consequences. Right? Yeah, this is just here, you know, to exist. We have its crew right here, just, like, ready to get on it, but let's say he gets, like, minigunned before that happens. Let the player base be a hero. Oh, that dude's got an AT launcher. Well, I hope they kill him, because otherwise, they're gonna have a bad time. I always love, though, when I get the occasional player that comes into my operation, plays it, and goes, bro, this, like, isn't accurate at all. And it's like, bro, you're playing a video game. It's like, did you have fun? It's like, well, no, because it wasn't accurate. Historian's like, well, then why didn't you just leave at that point, bro? Like, I'm here to play a video game. I don't know about you. Like, don't get me wrong, I will make ops that are accurate to what's going on, but, you know, I also want to play a video game. Oh, but I always love those types, you know? Alright, engineers, I'm sure the ship is fine. Maybe. Hopefully. It's fine. Yeah, if you want serious ops, go play on Milsim. They'll love to have you. But even then, it depends on the Milsim. But, bro, I don't want to go get medevac for like 20 hours. Alright, what's some good espionage equipment? Yeah, oh yeah, there we go. They were cutting the cable to they were cutting the cables with that. Yeah. That's clearly, wow, we found it, gentlemen. The East Wind device. It's too big. That's what she said. Put Miller next to it. It's a wood table. Why? Why not? Oh, I thought it was the attachments, but no, I guess it's that. Alright, yep. Gentlemen. Oh, yeah, true immersion is just standing around in a fob for 5 hours doing absolutely nothing. That's what real Milsim immersion is. Here, hold on. I am evil. In some aspects, so we need to put a sit-down Dishka down here. No, I'm going to make it a PKM for more ammo. Perfect. Obviously, I need to put some officers in the bridge crew. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a real bridge, now would it? Oh, damn, there is a rooftop landing. Alright, cool. Awesome possum. OpDev. It's really just this simple. Okay, AI path. If I wanted to, oh, that's what I should do. We should have some boats. Give me some RHIBs. Give me the, yeah, the rubber dinghies of doom. No, I just pathing disabled these chuckleheads, so give me a second. I gotta undisable their silly little pathing. Haha. Okay, so now, in theory, first off, why are you in the gunner seat? There we go. Get him out of the gunner seat, because he doesn't belong in there. Because it doesn't pilot gunner, co-pilot, second gunner. It's weird. So we're just gonna do a test run of this to make sure, because I'm a little worried about random shit going wrong, like, you know, units debugging and, like, landing in the ocean or something. But you'll see what I mean. We're not playing row, row, row your boat, Valkyrie. Alright. Oh, right, I can't execute stuff from there. Well, obligatory Zeus lag spike. Okay. And then I'll just manually dismount the squads. Alright, patrol boats are doing their thing. I tried to lap them under each other, so hopefully they won't, like, head-on collision, because they're funny when they do that. They're not pirates, though. It's the Russian government. I'm good, gaming. How are you doing? Also, Shark, how you doing? Alright, chopper's on the way. Honestly, those are quiet choppers. I'll give them that. And then, see, they do have that fast roping module on them. I just don't want to... I honestly just don't want a fast rope, you know? I just don't feel like it. Now, you gotta also remember that these RHIBs, you know, we might not kick off the op immediately. So, they'll just be randomly doing their own patrols. But looking at them, I mean, this one just completed its patrol there. I'm waiting to see the miniguns kick off. If the AI decide to kick them off. They might not, because they're silly. There we go. Well, at least these are, Come on, Mr. Minigun. Do your thing. Oh, well, they're firing. There we go. I think they're prioritizing the RHIVs. Yeah, they went to defend only. That's cute. But now you have them actually shooting. Yep, there we go. Yeah, that's why the minigunners need to pepper the shit out of this, because if they don't, that's what's going to happen. And that was pretty damn funny. Second squad. Good luck, player base! Anyway. Hell yeah, alright. Let's do some quick ballistic testing here to make sure our calibers are balanced. I got Scar L's going against these guys. Oh, let's see, VMF, men. Let's first have one of them shoot the shit out of me for funsies. Let's see. Give me the late boyo. AK-74 against this body armor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna lower that in half because I'm evil. So that's fine. And then let me give myself a heal. Oh, I haven't healed myself yet. That's right, Doi. Bro just instantly shot me. Nice. All right. Here, against your torso, because I don't know why they'd be aiming for your torso. It's 262. Yeah. Yeah, if the player base die that hard, they deserve it. I'm just gonna say it. They deserve it. Anyway. That's all you need. That's against Russian body armor. If you can one-tap it, then you're fine. All right, add-ons here. The only one I want to look at is medical. I'm having the player bay. Well, that's at 3.5, and they can tank that much. Fine. 3. Take it or leave it. And then what? Bandage rollovers on 5, right? Where's AI on con? I'm going to disable that because I don't trust that with boats. Yeah. There you go. Mission file. I guess the only other things we need to do is some debug stuff like, hey, I have a really bad internet connection. Liru, I bugged out, and I don't know how to spell respawn. Oh my god. So I don't hold shift while I do that. Alright, debug 1 life, and then the last things we can do is cover map. Label the staging point. I have no idea what that was. Staging point, and then... last thing I'll do is I'll grab you and I'll put you back here for debug reasons. And if I want to add, like, you know, 1 or 2 more boats on the outside so the outer minigunners have something to, like, you know, burst down because it's funny, yeah, fine, whatever. There you go, 18 slots. Based off of that ballistics test we just did, I don't see them failing this, but I mean, anything's possible, right? Slotting for this op's going to begin in, I think, what, like 40 minutes? It's going to be run tomorrow, 12:30. But yeah, that's that. Simple 50-minute mission dev with custom flight paths, a little bit of garrisoning. I could add some internal detail in here, but it's just going to get glossed over because this is literally a 45-minute op. The internal detail does not matter. Maybe I could, like, grab Valk and go, hey, make this look cool, but she's busy with something else for this Saturday, and I'd rather have her focus on that. So, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Shark, we'll see. I have so many other things I have to do, unfortunately, but otherwise, cheers, guys, and, well, Happy New Year if I don't see you.